Welcome back to another preview then, guys. So this is game day 3, match day 3 if you want to call it. And look, we've already been to Old Trafford. We played a game at Emirates Stadium. Now we're on our way to Anfield. So does it get more difficult than that? I tell you something, no matter what team you play, at what stage of the season, 3 points is 3 points. And you've just got to find a way to gather those 3 points so you're not playing catch up towards the end of the season. Now, it's another amazing chance to get 3 points at Anfield. Liverpool's defence is looking a bit leaky. We know they're obviously going to turn it up for Arsenal, and then suddenly Konate is going to be like Sergio Ramos. Van Dijk's going to be like Van Dijk, and then Kirkez is probably going to have his best game of his career. Likewise, on the other side, Conor Bradley or whoever starts there. Mo Salah will just turn up as he normally does against Arsenal. It's just one of those games where players just turn up for the occasion when it's against Arsenal. So if Liverpool play anything like they have done in the first 2 games, then we're in for a bit of a treat because we should be able to score a few goals. And if we keep the back door shut, which we have done so far, it's telling us it's going to be 3 points. And if we get 3 points at Anfield for the first time since 2012, look, we're on the right direction. It's international break, gives a bit of time for Saka to regroup, Ben White, Norgard, them lot, Havertz, and then hopefully we don't get any injuries after the break. But look, we're going to break it down. We're going to get into the Liverpool team, the head-to-head record, the usual bits and bobs. So let's get into it. So Liverpool's team last week then, or for the last 2 weeks, should we say, has been a bit similar. The defence, obviously Alisson in there, Kirkez on the left, Van Dijk, Konate, and then Frimpong is injured, so Szoboszlai played against Newcastle, but I don't think he'll be playing there. They're going to probably put a proper right back in Conor Bradley. And then they've got the likes of Gravenberch, I think McAllister's back, and then up front, Ekitike, Salah and Gakpo is more than likely what it's going to be, with Wirtz in the position just behind. So look, it's a good team on paper. But then if you look at Arsenal's team, on paper, I believe we have a better squad, a better team even, a better first 11. Liverpool obviously the champions, and everyone's going to be like, oh, how can you say this, how can you say that? Champions don't often become defending, win it again. And it's your job to, put a dint in their ambitions and take over. So look, it's obviously a good team. They're going to give us a few problems because it is at Anfield. And what more can you say? It's going to be one where the Anfield crowd turn up for the occasion. It's a 4:30 kickoff, and whoever wins that more than likely will go top of the league, depending on what Tottenham do. But it's one of them where Liverpool have played away to Newcastle and at home against Arsenal, and Arsenal have played away to Old Trafford and away to Anfield. So if we can get 9 points out of these 3 games, and then we have 2 home games, which we should win against Forest and City, then look, we're in the right direction. Liverpool will cause a lot of problems, don't get me wrong, because they are the champions end of the day, and obviously we came second, so there's a little bit of a rivalry going on at the minute as well. So look, both teams are going to want to win this, but at the same time, both teams would probably take a draw before the game. Now, our head-to-head record against the so-called Big Six teams, we've not lost in over 2 years. Now, the last time Liverpool beat us in the Premier League was over 3 years ago, in 2022, March, where you can see now on the screen. Last season, we drew 2-2 twice. The first game, we was 1-0 up, I believe, then 2-1, and then they scored. We had a lot of injuries. I think Lewis Skelly's first game, he came on. Saliba was suspended, I think. Gabriel went off. So our back four was all over the place. I think Ben White was injured. At one point, we had a back four that have never played together before. We still managed to get a point, and we should have won that game because Michael Oliver or Anthony Taylor, whoever it was, blew the whistle just before the ball went in the back of the net, and it was not a foul or whatever happened. It wasn't deemed to be a foul, offside, whatever that decision he said it was. So we would have won that game 3-2, even with those injuries. After that, we was 2-0 down at Anfield when, to me, we played the better game, and then we suddenly scored 2 in the second half, I think it was, and we drew 2-2. The season before, we beat them 3-1 when Trossard scored. I think Martinelli scored 1. Before that, it was 1-1, and then we drew. And look, the last time they beat us, it's been over 3 years ago. So over the last 7 Premier League games, they've only beat us once. If we can carry that record on Sunday and get a minimum a draw, then I think most fans, whether you're Arsenal fans or Liverpool, will be happy. I think Arsenal fans should be happier because we're playing away. And there's a lot of emphasis on Arsenal getting a result here because obviously Liverpool's defence has been spoken about quite a lot. And they're thinking that Arsenal have got the ability to cut through that defence and get a couple of goals. If we do, we normally concede a couple at Anfield. We've just got to put in one of our best defensive performances we've ever done. If we do that, then I'm pretty sure we can get the 3 points. Now the lineup for me then, there is going to be a little bit of a tweak because there's a couple of injuries. But I think the back four speak for itself, and the keeper, Raya, plays in net. What a keeper he's become under Arteta. Honestly, he's gone up at more than one level in terms of shot stopping, commanding the area, just normal ability in saving, coming out of the penalty area. Obviously, he gets lobbed here and there, which is going to happen every now and again because of how high he plays up, passing out from the back, long passes. He's a top keeper, one of the best in the league. Timber plays for me. He has to play ahead of White. White's injured anyway. He has to play ahead of Mosquera. Saliba and Gabriel play, and then Calafiori plays. I think we need that figure in the back, like a mountain at the back to defend set pieces and just have that physical ability in bully the attackers out of the way. So I think Calafiori starts there. So that's a mountain of a back four, and I think that should cause Liverpool's attack a few causes for concern. In the midfield, we play Zubimendi Rice, which is obviously not questionable. And then, is Odegaard fit? If he is, then he is probably going to play because he's the captain and Arteta trusts in him. And then, if he doesn't, then it's Eze. But if he doesn't play, sorry, if he does play, it's Odegaard. If he doesn't, then it's Eze. But for me, I'm going to put... Let's just come to that number 8 position in a moment, or number 10 position in a moment. And the attack, obviously, it's Gyökeres. On the left, we'll go on the right first. We'll go with Madueke, because Saka's injured. On the left, we play Trossard or Martinelli. Or Eze, if Odegaard's fit. I'm going to go with Eze on the left, and Odegaard to be fit and ready to play, because I think it's just a shoulder bump, something like that. And they just didn't want to take any further risks in case it becomes severe. So that's the lineup for me, and I think that team is good enough to go to Anfield to get a minimum a draw. Let's respect the place. It's Anfield. We've not won there for over 10 years. But a couple of seasons ago, we didn't win at Old Trafford for like over 10 years. And now we just win there like it's our second playground. So that's basically the lineup for me. Now, the most important thing is the result. What is the result going to be? Now, I'm not going to be arrogant about this. It is Anfield. They are the champions. They are a respectable fan base. But I do think they're going to give it us a bit on Sunday because we are their closest rivals, I believe, no matter what anyone says about Man City. And I think they're going to just want to turn it up and beat us. But on the other hand, they're going to be very, very careful in knowing what our technical ability is all about. Gyökeres, if he gets a chance, they know it's more than likely going to be a goal. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. I'm not overly confident about it, but why shouldn't I be on the other hand? Because, we've got the best defence over the last few seasons. We've got the same defence going into this game. We're coming on the back of 2 clean sheets. Liverpool are coming in on the back of conceding 4 goals in 2 games, and then another in the Community Shield. They've conceded all sorts of goals in the pre-season. There's no reason why Arsenal cannot score at Anfield. And I'm pretty sure we will get 1 goal. If we can keep the back door shut, we win the game. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to go with a 2-0 win. That's not down to arrogance. That's not down to the love of Arsenal that I have. It's just down to the fact that I believe it's time that we go to Anfield and get a win. Because if we're going to win the league this season, we've got to go to places like this and be commanding and demanding of the 3 points that is needed. We get 3 points. Look, we're 3 points ahead of Liverpool. And then they've got a few tough games as well after the international break. And all of a sudden, it's catch-up. We've got to get a minimum a draw. But I'm going with the 3 points. Let me know what you think. I'll catch you on the match live streaming, hopefully, and then the reaction. See you in a bit.